Mr. Fleming, thank you for talking to us today. Would you tell us your full name?
James Douglas Fleming.
Okay. Mr. Fleming, can you tell me something about your family history?
Well, actually, I was born and raised in Oglethorpe County, which is Crawford, Georgia.
Okay.
Uh, Went to school there, uh, second and third uh, year in Oglethorpe.
Okay.
Uh, we moved from Oglethorpe to here in Athens.
Tell me about your parents, or even your grandparents, or uncles and aunts.
Okay, so far right now,
Mhm.
my 89-year-old father still lives.
Okay.
My mother passed 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother was gone when I was small.
Okay.
My granddaddy, I remember him on my daddy's side.
And your father's name?
Grady Lee Fleming.
Okay.
And actually he stays on 235 Columbus Avenue.
Okay. Okay.
Now my mother and father had 3 boys and 2 girls.
The names?
Eddie Fleming, Eddie Lee Fleming was named after my father, of course, James Fleming, and John Henry Fleming. And my older sister is Juanita Thrasher.
Okay.
And Carolyn, I got another sister, her name is Carolyn Morris.
Okay.
Both of them resides here in Athens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And tell me about growing up. You know, your family, and what did they do, and what was it like when you was a child? You say you moved here when you were pretty
right. We moved from Oglethorpe because we stayed so far back in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And being growing up as young boys, you know, we stayed in something. So
Okay.
mother decided, which my mother actually raised all of us.
Okay.
And we moved here. Actually, we stayed on Columbus Avenue for about a year
Okay.
with my granddad.
Mm-hmm.
Then my mother got a chance to acquire an apartment in Rock Springs.
Okay.
We stayed in Waddell right
About
here.
how old were you when you moved to Athens? Roughly
Let me see. I was 6, 7,
6 or 7. Okay.
No, about 9, I guess.
Around 9.
About, yeah, somewhere around.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was kind of difficult for us coming out of the country
Right.
into this fast Athens.
Yes.
You know, we didn't have running water. We had to get our own water, cut our own wood, and we finally moved here where we had water and we had to deal with
Okay.
people call you country boy or whatever.
Right. Okay.
So, as young growing up and say, even 9 and 10 years old, we had to deal with the hustle and bustle of the Rock Springs little groups.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So in other words, if you want to live there and be good, you had to establish roots.
Mm-hmm.
So you win some fight and you lose some fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's
Right.
that was the typical growing up
Uh-huh.
here.
Okay.
But once you get established, you know, not saying that we bullies, but you have to make a stand,
I hear you.
you know, to keep your integrity up,
Mhm.
you know, because see, we come from the country wearing overalls. People's up here wasn't wearing overalls and boots. The one used to picking cotton and stuff like that.
Right,
But
okay.
yet and still, you know, like I say, mother, it was 5 of us, so
Okay.
she had to do the best she could.
Okay.
In the let's see, 5th and 6th grade,
Okay.
like I say, we stayed down the street. I was here for 2 years.
Uh-huh. You did 5th and 6th grade
6th grade
at West Broad.
at West Broad.
Okay. Here at West Broad.
Here, when then it was all black teachers.
Okay.
And now, when you got to the 7th grade, we was transported to Lyons Junior High,
Okay.
which is out there by the airport. It's an army base now.
Right. Uh-huh.
And well, stayed there in the 7th grade. Came back to Vernon Harris.
Okay.
It's depending on, you know, we had moved from Waddell to Rock Springs,
Okay.
so we had to came back to this side of town,
Right.
and went to Vernon Harris
Okay.
in the 8th and 9th grade.
Okay. Let's come back to West Broad.
Okay.
Give me your impressions of West Broad at that time. What
Well-
was it like? Anything you can tell us that?
Well, you got to understand here, West Broad teachers was real dedicated to teaching.
Okay.
back in that day, if you mess up, you can get whooped here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the good thing about it, they was compassionated because a lot of us at that time they didn't have food, for the lunchroom. And the teacher would make sure that you have food to eat.
Okay.
But the biggest part of it was learning. They was real stiff on you learning, and they was able to perfect what you really knew. So
Okay.
the 2 years here was good.
Okay. Do you remember who some of the teachers were and who was the principal when you were here?
Oh man.
Just some of them.
I'm trying to think of this lady. I know, it's been a long time. I'm going to be serious.
Okay. And then you went out to Lyons.
Went out to Lyons Junior High. And
What did you observe out there?
Well, we was in the 7th grade then, and the teachers also was the same.
Okay.
More robust. Going up to the 7th grade was a lot of change, robust and
Right.
going and doing. But we always stand in the community. Some of the teachers would come and bring food.
Okay.
The teachers on my mind, but I can't get it out. They was always
So the teacher
trying
would
to
visit.
help
Help. Okay.
one another. And a lot of times we have a spring cleaning. Even when I had left, we'd come help clean up the school. And at that time, they didn't have a place to eat.
There was no cafeteria.
No cafeteria then.
Right.
But they had people to bring lunches in, and we still was able to learn pretty good.
Okay.
So from Lyons Junior High, 9th grade, we moved over here. So the 9th grade, I was at Barney Harris.
Okay.
But the 10th and 11th and 12th grade, I went to Athens High Industrial. That's where I graduated from.
Okay.
Where they call Clark Central now.
Okay.
Yeah, in 71.
Okay. You in the class of 71?
That's right.
I was too.
Yeah.
Okay. It was about that.
Yeah.
Okay. And so tell me about the difference with like parent involvement and in the schools and the community compared to then and what you think about and now. Just tell me how is it different?
So different.
Okay.
Here, even at Lyons Barney Harris, even here, our parents was connected with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you screw up in here, and if they can't fix it, the teachers will come. And see, being a single parent, Mama had to work all the time. So these are the things that she really told the boys that we had to kind of be in order.
Okay.
Yeah, we got into the little stuff, but for us, trying to get education was very, very important because my daddy, he's 89, he has no education because he had to work.
Right.
So you didn't screw up much. They came to parents' things, PTA meetings, community stuff. The teachers was good. Even at Barney Harris, hey, I remember getting a lot of whoopings at school. Then go home and get another.
Right.
But now, parents are more friend with their kids than being a parent. They want a buddy system instead of. Now, it's nothing wrong with that, but you need to still have charge. And you can't wait till they get 20. With my horse ministry and going around, I meet a lot of peoples and a lot of birthday parties, and some of these kids are just out of whack.
Okay. And so then you finished at Clark Central. By the time you finished, it was Clark Central.
That's right.
And
It
then
was Clark
it was
Central.
Fully integrated situation then.
Fully
What can you
integrated.
tell me about that time?
Now, it was very interesting to me because in the black school, we didn't have typewriters.
Okay.
It was a lot of facility, a lot of things that we didn't have.
Okay.
And I only got a chance for 1 year of learning how to type. But it was more progressive. Now you got to understand, we didn't have a lot here, but we had to learn it.
Right.
and it was on a point thing. Like when you say, "Hey, you got to do a report or essay," they expect it. Essay, you know, and if you came up tough like I were, I knew the only way to really get ahead is to get education.
Okay. Tell me about that transition from the all black school to the integrated school.
Well, let me tell you,
Okay.
it went relatively smooth
Okay.
because most of the people thought the blacks was coming because, you know, Martin Luther King had got killed, and as they made the transition, you know, that nobody really, well, you can always have bullies no matter where you go, but to me, it was smooth.
Okay.
You know, I was on basketball teams, and I have learned in the early age, I don't look at color.
Okay.
I would learn that. And I have a reason to
Okay.
look at that coming up. You know, we had all white bathroom, all black bathroom, but still it was installed to me, you know, times then was just time. It worked,
Okay.
you know, and that never hunted me as far as white or black or whatever.
And tell me about your first jobs.
Oh, since you say that, my first job was it was a coach named Coach Jackson at Barney Harris.
I remember Coach Jackson.
Had the Gulf service station right there on Rock Spring Street.
Okay.
You know where the tire they got, they're doing tires now. Right there,
Right,
the red light.
Right.
That was Coach
Broad
Jackson.
and Rock Spring.
That's right.
That was Coach Jackson.
That was Coach Jackson place, and that's what he started, and I was the mechanic.
Really? Okay. Well,
Coach Jackson.
Okay.
He yeah.
Okay.
You know, I learned how to work on cars and do all kind of things. He was a good
Okay.
basketball
Did you